Hi, boys and girls. So today for math, you're going to need some coloring things. So I have my pencil crayons ready to go because we're going to be coloring fractions of shapes. Do you remember what Mrs. Card told you fraction means? It means part of a whole. So I'm going to do a few examples for you, and then I'm going to let you do your paper. So there's your paper. Okay, and then here's Mrs. Card's paper. I'm going to do some of these just to show you some examples. So I've got my red pencil crayon ready to go. It says color the shape to show the fraction. So the way I would say this fraction is, boys and girls, I would say 4/7. So the bottom number tells me how many parts that the rectangle has been divided into. And it's a 7, so that means there should be 7 parts. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. Good job. Now I'm going to look at the top number, which is 4, and that tells me how many parts out of the 7 that I should color. So I'm going to carefully color 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see Mrs. Card colored part of the rectangle. What part or what fraction did I color? I colored 4/7, which means 4 parts out of the 7 parts that the shape is divided into. Okay, let's look at number 2. That fraction is 2/8. Can you say that? 2/8. Remember, the bottom number tells me how many parts the circle has been divided into. There should be 8 parts if I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Each part is 1 out of 8 parts. So that means each part is 1/8 of the whole circle. You won't need to do this on your paper, but I thought I'd like to show you. See that, boys and girls? Now the top number is a 2. That tells me how many of the parts I should color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1 part. This kind of looks like a pizza, doesn't it? Or a pie. 2 parts. Okay, and that, actually, if you look at it carefully, not only is it 2/8 of the circle, it's the same size as 1/4 of the circle. Isn't that interesting? 2/8 and 1/4 are equal fractions because they're the same size or part of the circle. Okay, let's go to number 5. Look at that fraction. Can you say that fraction with me? 4/4. Okay, remember the bottom number tells me how many parts that the oval has been divided into. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of those parts is 1 part out of the 4 parts. So that means each part of the oval is 1/4 of the whole oval. Now the top number tells me how many parts to color. Look at that. I have to color all 4. So really what I'm doing is coloring, watch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look what I just did. I colored 4/4, which is the same as saying I colored 1 whole oval. Okay? Let's take a look at number 12. Let's hop down there. Can you say that fraction? Start with the top number. 3/4. Okay, the bottom number tells me how many parts the shape, that's a rhombus, isn't it, is divided into. 4. I can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each part is one out of the four parts that the rhombus has been divided into. So this is 1/4, this is 1/4, this is 1/4, and this is 1/4. The top number in this fraction tells me I need to color 3 of those parts. So I'm going to color this part. That's 1/4. Then I'm going to color another part. That's 2/4. Then I'm going to color a third part, which means I've colored 3/4 of the rhombus. Do you know what fraction I haven't colored? What's left? 1/4. One part out of the 4 parts that the rhombus has been divided into. Good job. Let's do number 10. Do you know that fraction? Can you say it? Did you say 1/2? Don't say 1/2 or 1/2. It's 1/2. Good for you. What does that mean? That means that the triangle's been divided into 2 parts. 1, 2. And each part is 1 out of the 2 parts. So this is 1/2. Remember, that's how we say that. 1/2 of the triangle, and this is 1/2 of the triangle. The top number tells me how many parts I need to color. So I'm going to color 1 part, which is the same as 1/2. Okay, half of the triangle. Okay, what if we did number 14? That's a big fraction. Can you say that fraction? Start with the top number. 3/8. What does that mean? That means that the rectangle has been divided into 8 parts. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the top number, okay, I should maybe label them. So each part is 1 out of the 8 parts. That means each part is 1/8. Now the top number in my fraction tells me that I should color 3 of those parts. 1, 2, 3. So what fraction have I colored? I've colored 3/8, not quite half of the whole rectangle. Now you're going to go over and do your seat work, and you're going to do the exact same thing. It says color in the shape to represent the fraction shown. Okay, we know we just did. This is the fraction 1/2. Remember, the bottom number means how many parts the circle's been divided into, which is 2. Okay, and this part is 1 out of the 2 parts, and this part is 1 out of the 2 parts. So this is half of the circle, and this is half of the circle. The top number in the fraction tells me that I need to color one of those parts, so that I've colored 1/2. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on your seat work today. Here you're going to color 1/4. Here you're going to color 2 halves. Here you'll color 2/4. Here you'll color 1/4. Remember, this line means out of. Here you'll color 1/2, or 1 out of the 2 parts you see. 3/4 you'll color here, and 4/4 you'll color here. Okay, have fun with that, everybody. Thanks for listening. Bye.